Okay, here we go. We have got Alexis taking on my Valentine because I did the wrong match last time and did Bakura instead, as Mausoleum of the Emperor is card of the match. And given how Alexis's games have been going, I'm going to go to comments quite early because they're starting to... the matches aren't going for that long. Alright, what have we got first? Dakini is in hand, A12 Cyber, and Ben 10, I think that is as well. I say Ben 10 like the show. It's probably Benton or something. Yeah, that one. Okay. For a portion of the night, I've been on Twitch having a good chat with Funky Dirk as well. Chatting about WWE, Final Fantasy. Dirk was playing Red Dead 2. I was playing Simpsons Road Rage. And Final Fantasy 12 as well. Which is good fun. It's fun chatting real time with fans of the channel as well. Where were my comments up to? So Alexis has just summoned Dakini. I think I was up to here, but I'm not 100% sure. Crimson Maelstrom says this is for Chum and Alexis. No, not Chum. Titan and Alexis. This was a great match in the anime. Alexis really pulled through. Felt bad for Titan after what happened to him when he lost. I remember him using the fake Millennium Puzzle. And for the Alexis and Bakura match, Emperor Pikachu says, "Let's go Alexis, I feel that 15-1 is happening." That one loss, that come against Marek. I guarantee you, if Alexis played Marek again, she would not lose. Marek got lucky in that match. Oh, look at this. My Valentine has managed to pump her Harpy Lady sisters to 2750, which will just get over Dakini. And mine might be able to pull some back here. She's still got Cyber Petite Angel. Draws Ritual Weapon. She needs Cyber Angel Natasha right now. Crimson Maelstrom also says, "Can't deny Alexis is doing better than I expected. Guess that's to be expected from how she was portrayed in the anime." No, she was portrayed as like one of the better female duelists of the series. Alright, Cyber Angel Natasha now is in hand, but Alexis is going to take another hit here. Saxpack Abs says, "Des Counterblow was the last super rare I remember getting in a booster pack. A trolley card to say the least." Des Counterblow is actually a pretty good card. As Cyber Petite Angel is gone, and Alexis might be gone here as well. No, she'll just hang on. It looks like mine might be picking up first win. Alexis needs something 5 stars or higher to get Natasha on the field. She's got a few cards available in her deck, but that is not it. Fusion Weapon is a complete misdraw, and Alexis, it's going to take a loss in this first match. Dan Player 2K says, "I hear you losing your mind for Titan. That was like every match I play in story mode. I have just been using Exodia deck since I don't want the frustration when I want to relax at work on my lunch break." Oh man, the AI decks in this game are just bonkers. They're just absolute madness. And which is why I use the Exodia deck so much to beat some of it. As we see, Mai takes first match. I also had to use the Exodia deck because the game would crash on Nintendo Switch in some of like the later duelists where they're making, 15 turn combos on like their first turn. The game couldn't handle it, it would just crash. So I had to use Exodia to actually not crash that duel. Moonwolfie says, Bakura can be tricky, but she got over Fiend Sanctuary with Izana's effect and used Natasha's power to stack life points. She ended it before Final Countdown could finish both times, and he never got a chance to start Destiny Board. That's true, Bakura never drew Destiny Board in that match against Alexis. And Moonwolfie also says that starting hand for Alexis was stupid. Graceful Charity and Messenger of Peace are basically the only useful cards from that first draw. 100 life points is not too bad to pay for Messenger of Peace, as that is a very good card. It made Titan basically be at a standstill, then Titan had to pay life points to keep his monster, and that he couldn't do anything with on the field. And it comes to Archfiends, you have to defeat the opponent before the life point cost depletes your own, although Pandemonium does get rid of that life point pay effect for Archfiends. It's the Archfiend deck is very cool. Like, the monsters in it are really cool, just their effects are so counter, like, how would you call it, double-edged sword kind of deal. It is a very tricky deck to use. Now, that's going to do damage. Cyber Angel Ben 10, it used, is it called Izana, or whatever the one is, increases the ritual monsters by 1,000 points. So Ben 10 right now is going to be a very dangerous card, because any card destroyed by it, Maya's going to lose more life points. And she's on the back foot early in this one. I don't expect this match is going to go for very long. Although Alexis will have to win 2 in a row. Maya has got up 1-0. Silas DC, several ways you could have won against Alexis. Don't quickly use your card that brought back the Fiend, or the one you brought back. Use after you're offering to bring out the Summoned Skull. Yeah, I know the card that you're talking about. It's the it was that one in that Archfiend deck, because I drew so many Summoned Skulls, I couldn't play any of them. And Machine Angel Ritual decides not to use it. It would have protected that Cyber Petite Angel, but why would you? At only 300 points, it's Emperor Pikachu says that was a great match in the anime. That's for Jaden versus Zane. Jaden was 1 card away from winning this match in the anime. I remember that. I remember Zane and Jaden's monsters like getting to ridiculous amounts of attack power. Now, if Alexis draws Polymerization, she could have Cyber Blader on the field. She's just played Blade Skater. And there goes Birdface. Mai is in a lot of trouble, because that Cyber Angel Ben 10 is going to do a lot of damage. And that'll be another chunk out of Mai's life points, because Birdface was brought back probably to try to use the effect again, but unless Mai can get something to the field that can stay there for longer than, 1 turn, 2800 attack is difficult to get past. Glenn Devo says, I'll finally admit it, story duels are rigged and designed to send the player into mental decline. I'm actually thinking about not even bothering trying to win them all using the story decks, because they're just ridiculous, some of them. Story duel after this one will be Jaden and Amnail. And Amnail's deck is like, it's something else. Alright, turn change. Back to Alexis says Ritual Sanctuary. That's another good card as well. Zukowski says, I think Messenger of Peace could be good for your stall deck, as it'll be another good option for stopping most opponents from attacking you. Yeah, Messenger of Peace, that's a very troll card as well. And I like those troll cards. Katomi758 says, I think Cody retains versus Stone Cold Steve Austin showing up and giving stunners to Cena and Rock. And after Mania, he'll probably turn heel and get cocky. Possible. I would like to see Stone Cold come and interfere in the Rock's plans to give that bit of a throwback. And Alexis has won match 2 on this one, so 1-1. We will go to sudden death. That's a new name as well. Windmirror 7083 says, By the way, if Vampire Sorcerer is in the graveyard, you can banish it to summon your level 5 or higher vampire monsters for free. Oh, that was for the Camula and Jaden deck. Camula's got a really cool deck. I quite like that deck. That vampire one. Novus Tempestus says, keeping the life point recovery effect to account for Dark Sanctuary is straight up the kind of setup you'd see in the anime. Great strategy by Alexis. Z1000 says, Odeon has some new support coming out. Oh, like in the actual real card game, is that what you mean by that? Oh. Alexis has got some options in her hand straight up. She's gone for Ritual. Or is she going to go for Vrash straight away? It would appear so. So this is going to be 3,000 attack points, staring Mai down on turn 1. And Mai doesn't have a lot of cards in her deck that will be able to deal with this. Not this much power on first turn, and rare gold armor as well. So Mai is only going to be able to target Cyber Angel Vrash for attacks. Z1000 also says, why is Odeon using Viper's Venom monsters? Because we had to make a 40 card deck for Odeon without trying to double up too much of his cards. Getting Odeon to 40 cards was actually quite challenging because he didn't use that much in his duel against Joey. And, you know, he only had the one duel to go by. So we wanted to keep a theme for Odeon's tomb kind of vibe, if that makes sense. So we had his anime cards and we put in a bunch of snakes to like symbolize him, you know, living underground, and Marek getting bitten by that snake in the anime. That was the thought process behind it. But if we reset Odeon's deck for another Battle City tournament, we would probably change it up. We'd probably put in other variations of trap monsters. And yeah, there'd be other options for Odeon's deck. We just never change it back. The snakes being in there kind of same with like Cobra Jar and that snake token as well. It's just to keep that sort of aesthetic for Odeon living underground. And Mr. Hootie Hoo RDK says 06 TNA is really good. 06 TNA, is that when Angle and Booker T and RVD and all that were sort of still in their prime and still in? I remember Angle leaving WWE like around in that 2006, early 2007 period, if my memory's right, because he wasn't doing so good during those times. Angle, he was very, very injured and he needed like surgery and stuff on his neck, and sort of had he needed time away. He left WWE and went to TNA, but I've seen clips of TNA from that time period, but I've never properly watched it. It just wasn't available to us over here in Australia during that time. But TNA, the old TNA stuff, is something I do really want to watch. I am thinking about subscribing to TNA. Like, because I think if you do like a yearly subscription to TNA, all of their content library is available as well. I think I remember reading that on their site. It's costly though. It's like a couple of $100 a year. And then you can watch all their live events as well. There's Amazoness Swordswoman, which will incur the life point damage to Alexis, but she can't do anything else, Mai. She can't attack anything other than Vrash because of rare gold armor, and it looks like this one might be close, with Cyber Gymnast still on the field as well. It's looking like there's nothing more that Mai can do. I mean, Alexis can just use Cyber Gymnast and just destroy Amazoness Swordswoman. Oh, what's she going for? Oh, okay, she's... Tribute... Oh, okay, I see. Alexis says, I don't need Cyber Gymnast. I have enough power on the field to rip all your life points off of you. So I don't need to use my effect monster. I can attack you instead. Well, that's nothing short of brutal, but Cyber Angel Vrash 3,000 on turn 1 was just way too much for Mai to handle. And Alexis picks up another win. Bro, how did Marek win that match against Alexis? Alexis has 2 more opponents, and that will be Mako and Arcana. And I think Alexis is going to have a good shot at beating them both, just like Tanya's deck did. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and thanks for leaving all the comments as well. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.